Hello, I'm John. I'm back. Today this lesson is about clauses. Clauses are discrete bundles of functionality that can be used in your application to accomplish specific tasks. Clauses differ from functions in that they have a more compact and lightweight syntax. They allow you to write a function-like construct without having to give it name and a full function declaration. Let me give you an example for that. You enter the letters for each organization. This array is completely disorganized. Swift provides a method called sorted by that allows you to specify how an instance of array will be sorted. Sorted by is a method that takes a clause that takes two strings to compare and return a Boolean value, specifying which string should come first. Sorted by returns a new array of strings that have been ordered according to how the clause organized them. You create a function called letterSorted that has the required type. Each compare two strings and return a Boolean that indicates whether the small should be placed before the large. The function will return true or false depending greater or less than. That is a Boolean value. This global function is named closure. Remember, all functions are closures. You call sorted by passing in letter sorted for the second argument, because sorted by returns a new array. This instance will serve as your new record for the organization's letters, correctly sorted. Look into the result sidebar. You should see the letters are sorted from A to G. Next, closure expression syntax. You write a closure expression inside of the braces. The closure parameters are listed inside of the parentheses immediately after the opening braces. Each return type comes after the parameters and use the regular syntax. The keyword in is used to separate the closure parameter and return type from the statement inside of each body. Let me give you an example for that. You implement a closure in line in the sorted by method second argument. You define the parameter and their type string inside of the closure parenthesis and also specify the return type. Next, you implement the closure body by providing the logical test is small less than large that will inform the closure return. Look in the result sidebar. You should see the letters are sorted from A to G, same as before. Next, closure can be more streaming out. Let me give you example for that. First, you remove the type information for both the parameter and the return. You can remove the return type because the compiler knows that checking small less than large will return true or false. That is a Boolean value. You move the entire closure expression to be one line. You remove the keyword return. Not all closure statements can omit the return keyword. This one can because it only had one expression, small is less than large. Next, using shorthand syntax for arguments. Let me give you an example for that. The compiler knows that the sorted by take a closure. That closure itself takes two parameters that are of the same type as the item in the array you pass into the method argument. Because the closure has two arguments whose values are compared, to determine their order, you can refer to the value of the arguments using $0 for the first and $1 for the second. Your inline closure expression made use of the shorthand argument syntax. You do not need explicitly declare the parameter as you did for small and large. The compiler knows that the values in the closure argument are of the correct type and know what infer based on the less than operator. Next, do not need any parentheses. Let me give you an example for that. If a closure is passed to a function final argument, it can be written in line, outside of, and after the function parentheses. Because the sorted by only take one argument, this means you do not need any parentheses at all. You can also omit invoking the parameter name for the closure, because you are using the trailing closure syntax. This trailing closure syntax is helpful if the closure body is long. Here the trailing closure made for only a little less typing. Next, using map function for the trailing closure syntax. Let me give you an example for that. Map is a function that you can use to transform an array's contents. You map an array contents from one value to another and put this new value into a new array. You use map to apply an estimate to each value of the letters. You use the trailing closure syntax. You declare a parameter name transfer of type string and also specify string for the closure return type. Map will apply this function to the value at each index in letters. The estimate increases each letter by x and result in a new array called letter transfer, which has the value as shown in the sidebar. Next, using the filter function for the trailing closure syntax. Let me give you an example for that. Filter, like map, can be called an instance of the array type. It also takes a closure expression as an argument. Its purpose is to filter an array based upon some criteria. The resulting array will contain the value of the original array that passed the test. You use the trailing closure syntax. The closure takes a filtering of type string at each argument and return bool indicating whether the filtering passed the test. Inside of this closure, you check to see whether the filtering's value is less than letter E and return the result. The values that pass this test are given to the letter filter array. Only two filtering pass the test. so the letter filter contain B and A are shown in the sidebar. Next, using reduce function for the trailing closure syntax. Let me give you an example for that. The reduce function's job is to reduce the value in the collection to a single value that is returned from the function. Reduce first argument refers to an initial amount that can be added at the outset. The second argument is a closure that defines how the value inside the collection should be combined. You use the trailing closure syntax. Here all you need is to add up the letter filter array, so the initial value you give is the letter A. The closures have two arguments, total and letters, both of type string, that are combined as the reduce traverses the array. When the function is done, total letter is set to equal ABA. That is all for today. I hope you like my lesson. Thank you for watching. See you the next lesson. Bye bye.